Buzz. I'm your host, Dion Spires. School's out for the summer, and if you're looking for a fun and productive way to spend your days, you're in luck. Campfire Sunshine Central Florida is in the studio today to talk about some programs that they offer for teens during the summer months. Let's welcome Michaela Davis, the program coordinator for teen programs, and Chance Hires, a marketing intern for Campfire, to the show. Thank you guys for joining me today. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to have you guys here in the studio to kind of introduce you guys to our viewers that maybe haven't heard of you before in the Polk County area. So let's start off by giving some background on who you guys are. Campfire Sunshine Central Florida. What do you guys do? What is your mission with the program?
So we are a youth agency in Lakeland, Florida. We serve kindergarten through 12th graders. We have a day camp program for our kindergarten through 5th graders, and then we also have a teen program for our incoming 6th through 12th graders.
Okay.
And we're a service-based agency.
Great. So what kind of, I know that I was looking at your website and I made some notes here. You guys really strive to ignite the spark, is what the website says. It's a program about self-discovery, which I think is really great. It's important for kids and teens, especially nowadays, because acceptance and all of that is really, really important growing up. So can you talk a little bit about that mission and what the real purpose is underneath of all of the activities?
So what we really strive to do is help our kids find their spark, and their spark is what they're waking up for in the morning, what they're passionate about, what they possibly want to do with the rest of their lives. And then we also help them lift their voice, which means they're expressing their opinions on things. They're learning to have a voice, they're learning to be inclusive and make new friends and be more outgoing.
Yeah, nice. And you guys have been around for a long time, so
yes.
Can you talk a little bit about when you guys started, where you're located, and those kinds of details?
So we are in South Lakeland, right next to Common Ground Park. We started all the way back in 1910, and we started as Campfire Girls, then we were Campfire Girls and Boys, and now we're just Campfire, and everybody is welcome to come.
Nice. So how long have you guys been involved with Campfire as far as your current roles go? When did you get involved? How did you get involved?
So I got involved because I was looking for ways to get involved with nonprofits. That's what my degree is in, is community health, so it's basically nonprofits. So when I moved to Florida 2 years ago, I started my job search. I found a job posting online working with teenagers. So I actually started at Campfire a year ago, and I started as a part-time teen programmer with somebody else being the other side of the role, and then I moved into my full-time position as a teen program coordinator about 3 months ago.
Wow, okay. And Chance, I know you have some history with Campfire, so tell me about that.
I've been in Campfire since I was in 2nd grade. I started, I started when my best friend was in it, and we started with the club program. And that's just mostly camp-based learning. So kind of like the Boy Scouts, where we learned, we went camping, we learned how to, the snake safety, the tying the knots, the building fires and all that. And then it turned into the ACES program in middle school, where it's just the more advanced and there's different levels. It's a 3-year, correct? 4 year?
Yes, 3-year.
3-year program, and I went through the whole program. I've done all of the service opportunities that you can do with Campfire, the day trips, the week-long trips. And then I was also on the board of directors all through high school. They're one of the only organizations that allow teen members to actually be active members on their board of directors and hold roles and, help make the decisions for Campfire, because it's for the teens and the youth, and so they feel that it's important to let them help make the decisions on what happens. And then when I graduated high school, I could no longer be in the program, but I could work for them, so I came back after college to help them because it really made an impact on my life and it's important to me.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Now, you were talking about the service projects and the day trips and the week-long trips and that sort of thing. Michaela, you're the coordinator for some of the activities. Can you talk about the types of things that you do with the kids?
So with our teenagers, we have full and half-day service projects. So they will get either 8 service hours or 4 service hours. They can use these service hours for anything they need to in their lives, whether it's for school or to put it on their resume or just to get life experience. Those summer challenges, we can go anywhere from doing like trail maintenance to working with the elderly to working with the homeless population. So there's a lot of different variety, and we do that to try to help kids find their spark, because maybe they don't know that they're interested in working with a certain population of people, and we really try to bring that out in them. And then we also do 3 trips during the summer. 2 of them are service-based, and then 1 of them is a just for fun. We go all around Florida. We look at historical landmarks. We go to roadside attractions, all those kind of things. 1 of them is a camping trip where they get environmental education, which is really important to us as an agency. And then we do CF66, which is our 7-day all across Florida road trip. We're doing service projects every day and going a new place every day, staying a new place every night. And then we also build a haunted house that we start during the summer. So we have meetings that our teenagers can go to during the summer. We start looking at blueprints and theming and makeup and all those things.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes.
And a lot of education too.
Yes.
So how have you, this is kind of a question for both of you. Michaela, can you reflect on your campers and how you've seen the program impact them and how you've seen them grow? And then Chance, also how you maybe grew through the program.
Okay, so I always say like I hold my campfire kids to like a higher level, because I always feel like they're beyond normal teenagers. They're very respectful. They're very willing to learn, willing to grow, follow directions, all of those things. So we have kids who start our programs that have never been away from home, that have never been in a work setting that we put them in, and then usually by the end of the summer I am amazed at their leadership skills and how much they've grown. They take initiative, they want to come and they want to work hard, where maybe at the beginning of the summer they were just really unsure and worried about things. So it's really cool. That's one of my favorite parts of my job, is to see that growth in them over our program periods.
Definitely. And Chance, do you have any reflection on how you grew? You've been doing it since 2nd grade, so
Yeah.
it's been years. You have plenty of experience.
Well, I really don't think that I would be the person that I am today without Campfire. I think out of everything in my life that probably made the biggest impact. Campfire gives young people the opportunity to be themselves. It was always a safe place for me. When you're at school or even at home, you're always worried about what your parents are thinking, what your friends are thinking. You're trying to be a certain person, put on a persona, but at Campfire, it was always a safe place. Everyone was truly themselves, and that's important, to be able to find out who you are and be comfortable and learn, and all the different opportunities. So I've gotten to work with the elderly, the mentally handicapped, the animals, like all people all throughout Florida and even Georgia. And it's just very interesting to see how we really do impact all these people. I've seen people cry because we've helped them, and we've done things that they just couldn't do themselves. And it just really gives you perspective that one person really can make a difference, and that building a strong community is very important. It's not just you, it's everyone. And it enlightens, kids who would otherwise just be home playing video games, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And the summertime is definitely a time where kids probably do kind of want to do mindless activities and not really be engaged, because they've been working all year with the school.
Yeah.
So are your programs only available during the summer, or do you guys do year-round programs?
So we absolutely do year-round programming. Our challenge program, while it's more expanded in the summer, we do fall challenge and we do spring challenge. Obviously kids are in school, so it's more weekend-based, not during the week. And then our haunted house lasts pretty much June through November, because we'll be starting it, like I said, in the summer, then we build it in October, and the tear down and everything will take all the way into November. And then we also have a program called Volunteer Youth Corps. So that's just our no fee-based program. You can just come volunteer with us. We do a big thing for MLK Day, or we just go out into the community and do different big projects with other partner agencies that people can come to, and we do those year-round. Yes.
And you mentioned your challenge program being a big one that's all year round.
Yes.
So what is the challenge program?
So the challenge program, those are the full and half day service projects I talked about during the summer.
Okay.
And then during the fall and spring, they're either full and half day on Saturdays. We go to, I think, 42 different partner agencies. And we take 2 different groups of kids depending on the day, and we go do whatever they feel is a need in their community. So we can go work with their residents if it's like a mental health facility. We can go pull invasives at like Lake Region Audubon, those kinds of things. We go all different places and do all different things for whatever they feel like they need done to benefit them.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to take a short break, but make sure that you stay tuned because we'll be back with more about Campfire.
Florida Medical Reserve Corps needs volunteers with medical and non-medical backgrounds. Volunteers just like you. As a community-based volunteer, you'll support public health activities and assist emergency response staff during major incidents and events. If you're ready to help, start by registering at www.servefl.com. Your screening and training are provided free of charge. Make a difference for others in times of need. Become part of this dynamic team today.
At the beach, know when to swim it, shore it, or dodge it.
Swim it with a buddy. And when safety flags and signs say it's good to go.
Shore it on the sand if you have a cut on your skin, a weakened immune system, or if you're by yourself.
Dodge it if you cross paths with animals that live near or in the water, and stay clear of algae blooms. Learn more at floridahealth.gov.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive.
Sentía que la escuela no era para mí.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
Sentí como que si quiero cambiar el mundo, tengo que cambiar a mí primero.
I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Mi consejera, ella fue lo máximo para mí porque me ayudó mucho con todo.
I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Yeah, it's hard, but keep on going and keep on trying.
The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm here with Michaela Davis and Chance Hires, who are here representing Campfire Sunshine Central Florida. Thanks again for being on the show today. We're back for the second half. Before, in the first half, we were talking about a lot of the teen programming. And Michaela, I know that's your thing. You're the teen coordinator. But you guys have a lot of kids programs that we didn't get to touch on yet. So can you elaborate for me a little bit on what the younger kids can experience with Campfire?
Sure. So for our kindergarten through 5th graders, during the summer we have a day camp program. It's called Camp Light a Spark. It's a themed program. It runs for 9 weeks, so during the whole summer. Every week they have different field trips they go on that are going to be based around their theme, and then they do STEAM education, which is the science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And then they do outside time. We feel like that's really important for our kids to get that experience of being able to go outside and just be kids during the day. And then they also do center learning time, so that kind of ties into the finding their spark thing too, on the little kid level, because they go around and do different centers. So they'll do the home center, they'll do Legos, or they'll do drawing, which doesn't seem like it would be a big deal for little kids to do that, but that really does develop their spark and what they really like to do, and helps them find that out if they don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Gives you a lot of different experiences to find a passion.
Yes, and then we carry that into the school year too with our after-school program. So that's called the STEAM team. We pick up at several different South Lakeland schools. They come back to Campfire. They do homework time with homework help. They work on reading skills, math skills. They do outside time. They have free time. They get to make new friends, and that runs for about 2 hours after school every day.
Wow, something to look forward to, I'm sure.
Yes.
Cool. Chance, the conversation here keeps going back to finding your spark, igniting the spark. You were in the program for so long, and now you are still coming back to it to work with them. What was your spark? I'm curious. What did you find out about yourself in the program?
Honestly, I think that just helping people was my spark. So I'm going to school to be an event planner, and that's so that I can help people. That career is just helping people, have their events, their, perfect wedding, their perfect, whatever they want. And being able to help all sorts of different people and getting to know all sorts of people, and being able to know how to react and act in certain situations with different types of people really helped me find what I wanted to do with my life. And I just think it's important to be able to help people, and I'm going to be doing that with my career, but I also want to be able to volunteer throughout my life, and I'm going to want to bring my kids back and so that they can volunteer, and probably with Campfire if I'm still in Florida.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it clearly made an impact on you, and it led you to something, which is really, it's great to have a fun camp. It's even better to have an effective camp that's making an impact like that. Now, Michaela, you touched a lot on the educational side of it. I was intrigued by the fact that it's not just a fun camp. There's a lot of education kind of mixed in there. Yes. So what is the background of your staff? I know you guys have a small staff, but the people that are working with these kids, are they education background? Are they just creative kid people, or?
So we don't necessarily have a specific background that comes to us. We have a variety of people that work with us. So during the year, we employ 5 full-time staff people. We have our director, and then we have our 2 program coordinators of the younger kids and the teenagers, and then we have an administrative assistant and a bookkeeper. So that's our 5 full-time staff, and we come from all different kinds of backgrounds, but the main thing that we all come together with is that we love kids and we want to see them learn and grow. And that's kind of what we do with our summer staff. So our summer staff, we have a couple people from a teaching background. We have some people that just grew up in Camp Fire and want to keep going with us because they're so passionate about what we do. So we have a whole different variety of people working with us. But like I said, we all come together for the main goal that we love kids and we want to help them find their passion in life, find their spark.
In addition to your paid staff, you guys also take a lot of volunteers, from what you told me off the air. Our show's geared towards college students. So can you talk about how a college student may be able to get involved and work with these kids and help make that impact?
Yes, so we are always accepting volunteers to work with all of our different programs, especially since they go year-round. So we're looking for volunteers right now for during the summer, and then we're also looking for volunteers during the school year. To get involved, it's super easy. You can just give us a call at Campfire. You can go to our website, which is campfire-sunshine.org, and there are ways to email us through there. Since we are so small, it's super easy to get in contact with the right person. So
talking about volunteers off air, you also told me that you have high school students that graduate high school with a ton of hours because they come and they volunteer, and they do get those volunteer hours, which are important for scholarships and that sort of thing. Chance, you said you had you were in the thousands by the time you were done with your program?
Before I graduated, I got a couple thousand service hours just from Campfire, not including outside things.
That's awesome. So is there an age cutoff for your volunteers, or can anyone volunteer with you guys? As far as, I guess, the youth end of it, like what is the youngest that you can have a volunteer?
So usually with our, as a volunteer, we're a little less strict on age regulations. To work with our teenagers as a paid staff, we usually want you to be 21, and that's just because if you're under that, you're still a teenager, so sometimes it's hard to separate yourself from being a staff to being a program participant since you're so close in age, because we serve kids that are 18. So, but to work with our younger kids or even just volunteer with the teens, I mean, we have 6th graders that help volunteer with our younger kids just because they're maybe not necessarily ready to be in the teen program, or that's not their passion in life. Like, they want to work with younger kids, so we have them volunteer with our little kids. So we do it on a case-by-case basis. We don't necessarily say, oh, you're this old, so you're not able to do this. We really talk to people and find out what they're interested in, and then see where we can go from there, because we have several different programs that we can find a fit for them in, whether they're 8 or 80.
Now, I want to talk about what makes you guys kind of unique. We've touched on the whole finding your spark and really helping to eliminate stereotypes and that sort of thing. But Chance, you were involved in the program for a long time. I want to know what was unique about Campfire that made you want to join and then made you want to keep coming back for so long?
Well, like I had touched on before, with just like the safe place to be, there was no pressure to be anything or to do anything. You just were there to, give back to your community and have fun. I never had a trip or a day that I didn't have fun, and that's what kept me coming back. And every part of it's fun, and every part of it is fair and inclusive. We sometimes will have very long van trips. And so, everyone would get a turn picking the music, and everyone would get a turn like choosing where we were going to eat, and if it wasn't already planned. And I've been able to go so many places all over Florida and outside of Florida, just for Campfire, just to give back to different communities. And then they also give us celebrations after each service project, which was always fun. So we would do our service, but then we would also get to go get ice cream or go to the mall or go to the beach, or I even went to a couple water parks before. So it would just depend where we were and how much time we had. Obviously, the day trips that are only 4 hours, we aren't going to go to the water parks. We don't have time, but for the week-long trips, we would be able to splurge a little bit and have that fun. So, and it isn't very expensive for the amount that they're giving to us, because with the trips, everything's included, with the food, the transportation, everything. So it was kind of a bit of an inexpensive way for me to get service hours, meet new people, and have experiences that have changed my life.
And Michaela, do you have anything to add to that as to what makes this program so unique?
So I think that our programs are really unique in the fact that we're service-based, but like Chance said a little bit, like it's still fun. A lot of times our teens don't even realize that they're learning, or even our little kids, they go on field trips, they go on 3 field trips a week, and they don't even realize that they're learning while they're on there. With our teenagers, when we do service projects, at the beginning we do an icebreaker to get to know everybody, then we go do our service project, but then we celebrate at the end and we reflect on what we did during the day. And that whole thing is called service learning, and that's how we believe as an agency that we can benefit the kids that we're serving. So that's really unique that Campfire does that, because a lot of agencies go out and they do community service, so you're going somewhere, you're helping someone, and you go home. But Campfire really takes it one step further, so people feel like they're being included and people feel like they're learning and having fun, but at the same time we're working hard and servicing our community.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Lots of good reasons to come out and look into it. If someone hasn't heard of you guys, where can they find more information on you guys?
So they can go to our website, which is, like I said, campfire-sunshine.org. That will have all of the information they need on it, all of our flyers. They can also stop in anytime. We're there from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and we have a very relaxed environment. So anytime you need to come in and get more information, somebody would be happy to talk to you about all of the programs that we offer, or you can just give us a call.
Nice. And how do people get involved with it? As far as if they want to sign up, what is the process to come join the camp or join as a volunteer?
So on our website, there is a link where they can email us, so they can do it like that, or like I said, they can just stop in and talk to us.
All right. Yes. Great. Well, thank you guys for being here to talk about the program, and I hope that this raises some awareness and you guys get an even bigger turnout than normal for the summer.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for this month, but if you'd like to catch this episode again, tune into PGTV on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays at 1 and 7 p.m., or you can find us on the Polk Government YouTube page. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Buzz. I'll see you next time.